technical discussion and offer for sale of used alternators. For Audi C5 A6 Quattro 4.2 V8 2000 to 2004, 4-door and S6. A video by C5A6Parts.com, a division of Old Car Life Extension Systems, OCLES, Inc. We support high-quality, used OEM Audi parts. Bosch is an OEM supplier for Audi. We support their parts as well. You can choose from any of the model numbers we listed. The parts are identical and perform the same. This how-to video is highly structured to your intended benefit, with not all that much video footage, but with emphasis on providing useful information. This approach makes a table of contents viable, which has been placed in the video description below for your convenience. To purchase a used unit, click the relevant link in the video description below. The alternator attaches to the engine block with a bracket using, at the top, a 110 mm long Allen head bolt of size 8, and at the side, a 13 mm hex bolt. There are 3 wiring connections at the back, an 8 mm nut, a 13 mm nut, and a pull-out spade connector. The 13 mm nut is the always positive lead and should be protected by a plastic cap to prevent fireworks. It might also be tempting to consider an alternator from a non-V8 model, but they're not interchangeable. You need the 150 amp unit that's unique to the 4.2 V8. Consider these instructions at your own risk and while using your own common sense. Telling you how we remove the alternator from an engine that is already out of the car makes it look easy. The most difficult challenge is to access the alternator in the full context of the car. We made the following footage from under our company car with the camera pointing up. The alternator is in the lower front passenger side, and it is blocked by many components. The 4.2 engine compartment is a tight fit out of necessity. Big engine, small car. The car is best put into the service position, which means the bumper comes off and the radiator support moves forward. That is by itself a fair amount of work. After that, we hope you have your radio security code and you know how to enter it. If so, disconnect the battery. You will need a 10 mm wrench for the battery terminals. This video does not cover the preparations in detail. It focuses on how to remove the alternator once you have access. We use 8 mm socket wrench, 13 mm socket wrench, 8 mm Allen head socket wrench, ratchet. We color code our tools for at-a-glance identification. The 13 mm is purple and the 8 mm tools are yellow. We also use a small flat-bladed screwdriver, 19 mm socket on a long breaker bar. The fasteners that you end up with: 110 mm long Allen head bolt, 8 mm. 13 mm hex bolt, 8 mm nut, 13 mm nut, plastic cap. The end of the wiring harness shows connections secured by 13 mm nut, 8 mm nut, spade connector. We use the 19 mm socket and breaker bar to take tension off the serpentine belt. It's tight. The required movement is clockwise. With the tension off, we slip the belt away from the alternator pulley. We remove the long Allen head mounting bolt. We then suspend the alternator and we remove the 13 mm mounting bolt. We turn the alternator a little so as to allow access to the rear. We use the screwdriver to pry off the protective cap over the 13mm nut behind the alternator. We remove the 13mm nut. We remove the 8mm nut. We remove the small spade connector. That frees the wiring. One option is to buy off-brand parts. Good luck with that. Some of the typical European car new parts vendors offer these alternators rebuilt, sometimes without the pulley. They typically also add a core charge in the $100 to $150 range on top of the price for the part. We don't charge a core charge. We hope we are competitively priced given that we guarantee these parts. If you don't like the part when you receive it, tell us and send it back for a full refund, including shipping charges both ways. No surprise, we prefer that you like and keep what you buy from us. We're located near Reno, Nevada. If you're west of the Rockies, the shipping charge is typically $20. But farther away, the shipping cost is more than $50, and then we might not be your best option. We hope to be your best option and that you will buy from us. To purchase a used unit, click the relevant link in the video description below. This video is for only one type of part, but we actually offer hundreds of parts for Audi 1998 to 2004 C5 A6 models. We offer body parts, interior trim, exterior trim, electrical, mechanical, even engines and transmissions. We specialize in the ZF5 HP 24A automatic Tiptronic transmissions for the 4.2 V8 models. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.